that is exactly what Harrison's just done. It's one of those performances, a bit like Dave Chisnell against Fallon Sherrick. You just figure out, really, that he's won by 3-0, but it was a little bit more troublesome than that. But he'll be ecstatic to be through to the last 32 mark, because he's only the second Swede in the history of this tournament to make it that far. Jeffrey de Graaf has made it to the last 32 twice in the last couple of years. Last year, he went one better and made it to the last 16. Harrison's got a really good chance of getting that far as well.
Certainly has. Still to come this afternoon, Dave Chisnell will take on Ricardo Pietrezco. The winner of that one will actually take on Andreas Harrison in round 3. Tonight, Michael Smith, Niels Zonneveld, Chris Dobie, Andrew Gilding, and Stephen Bunting takes on Nitin Kumar. But next up, Dirk van Duijvenbode against James Hurrell. They've met a couple of times, these two, one win apiece. Those meetings were last year. Dirk, a former quarter-finalist here, had to really produce a miraculous come-from-behind performance to deny Andy Barton's 3-2 in the opening match for him. Averaged just over 98.5. And James Hurrell, workmanlike against Stowbuns, averaged just under 89. Just his second appearance here, Hurrell, and in fairness to him, he's won his first-round game on both occasions. He lost to another Dutchman in round 2 last year, Michael van Gerwen. How will he go about this Saturday, do you feel, Paul?
It's a different type of game that he's got today, because when he played Van Gerwen, it was prime time. It was one of the biggest games of his life. I know that this game will feel very, very big for him, but I think he'd prefer to play in the afternoon than the last game of the day like he did against Bunce, because it's such a long day to wait. At least this way he's playing near 2:30 in the afternoon. He can wake up at a natural time and go and get ready for darts and not have to wait. I think this is going to suit Hurrell a bit more, but I still think that Dirk will have too much for him.
Well, we will find out. Winner of this one takes on, in the last round, Bunting or Nitin Kumar. They will meet tonight. You would imagine it would be Stephen Bunting, but look, we didn't think Nitin Kumar would make it through to round 2, and he proved everybody wrong, so who knows what's going to happen.
Let's just imagine that Kumar wins then. In that second quarter of the draw that is so full of possibility.
Welcome back.
Can you even imagine what the darting world would be like if Nitin Kumar beats Bunting? It will be
Alexandra Palace, London.
So different from tonight onwards that maybe the darting world would never be the same. We can imagine it for now, but you're going to have to be part of the talkSPORT network, the app and the YouTube channel from 7 o'clock tonight to make sure you tune in for that game. As for now, time to welcome Hillbilly Hurrell back to the stage.
He got some friends that are not in the VIP section. He's just gone over to make sure he shakes hands with them. They want their mate to do well here. And here he is, the Hillbilly. Warm handshake with all the officials up on stage. Now, well, if you're feeling a bit dusty this morning, you better strap yourselves in, because here comes Dirk.
Yeah, we've had the line dancing from the dancers. Now they've got to do something very different for this.
Dirk van Duijvenbode pumping his shoulders. The crowd bopping along. They've no idea what they're bopping along to, but Dirk, he looks steely-eyed. He fair charged down the walk-on. He looks ready for a battle with Anthony Joshua, not a game with James Hurrell. And Hurrell's just stood there looking at him as if to say, what are you doing?
One more round of it from Dirk. And these darts fans love it. The first time they ever saw this walk-on at the Maritime Hotel in Dusseldorf, they didn't have a clue what it was about. Now it's mainstream. My word, that was energetic. And that's Dirk all over. He is Mr. Energy. He was walking down that catwalk there like General Zod, looking for Superman. Oh, that was a fabulous walk-on. I think the dancers need a break after that one. Well, we're not going to have one. We're going to stay right here on the talkSPORT app and the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel, because this is best of 5 sets. And it could well be the best run in the PDC World Championship for James Hurrell if he can get through Dirk, which is a bit of a task, because in the first round they had a gap in their averages of 10 points. Similarly to our first game of the afternoon, Searle started as favourite and he made Brendan pay. If Dirk gets off to a big start, Hurrell's going to have to find a lifetime style performance to reel Dirk in.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say, but I think James Hurrell can be sneakily decent on his day. I don't think he's going to make anything easy for Dirk, and a lot of this is, like you said, how is Dirk going to react to being a big favourite here? How can he go about his business? If he starts well, he's going to be a handful, but if he doesn't, Hurrell's that awkward type of customer that just can drag you into the depths where you maybe don't want to go.
Correct. And what we've just seen and heard from our second game of the afternoon with Harrison and Sakai, not every game is going to suit your style. Sakai did not suit Harrison at all. We saw that from the facial expressions of the Swede after set one, but he still figured it out.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. First
This pace of game from Hurrell is not going to suit Dirk. And Dirk's, whatever he does, is probably not going to suit Hurrell. But every now and again, a game that doesn't necessarily look
93.
like it's going to have style and chemistry on paper, it will deliver.
Yeah, I think you're right. 93 for Dirk. Opens up in... Ooh,
7.
Now, 7 scored by Hurrell. 1, treble 1. He can see the funny side of it. And the one thing, joking aside, they were all a millimetre the wrong side of the wire. That could easily have been 140 to open up things.
Yeah, it was a good 7.
78.
It was a good 7.
It was.
You know what they say down the local if you have a visit like that? Good grouping. That's what you call seeing the glass is half full. Well, Hurrell on 494 after 3. It's a little bit better this time. He's still on 435. Dirk with a very steady start here. He'll always be looking for that treble 20 to be high
41.
in the treble 20, if not just a little bit over the top, so we can group downwards as opposed to stacking on top, like we heard last night from Keane Barry.
Yeah. Opening leg of the set, then race to 3 sets. 3 legs to win a set. Bit of a slow burner from Hurrell early on. 9 darts in. He's not really made any dent on his score. For Dirk, 289 reduces by 140. He's down to a finish after 4 visits.
Yeah, it's getting better for Dirk, turn by turn. In his first round match, 11 from 31 on the doubles.
60.
It was
Dirk
good.
time 149.
Remains to be seen as to whether that kind of percentage is going to be good enough on Saturday afternoon against Hurrell, who's off to a very slow start scoring-wise. 80 with the first 2 for Dirk to leave 69. Has his pick.
94.
He went for treble 11. Oh, didn't expect him to go that way.
No, hit single 14. So he's left 55. Hurrell on 3-3-2. Finally gets
55.
a half decent score, but Dirk first in then for a holder throw. 15 for tops. That's the way he's gone. And that's the way he goes. Nicely done from Dirk.
He was thinking about 19 double 18 there, Mark, just for a couple of seconds, and he decided, do you know what? With Hurrell all that way back, I'm going to go for 15 tops and go by the textbook. That's a slightly better start to leg 2 from James. So leg 1 he starts with 7, leg 2 maximum.
Yeah, well, we saw Ryan Searle do that a number of times. We've got the interview that'll be on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel, and
95.
he said felt really confident of a 9 today. Feels he's going to get one in this tournament. Well, Hurrell can't get another perfect dart, but he's above that 60 bed and then in it with his last dart. That makes it a good start to leg 2.
Brings up a good point, Ryan Searle, doesn't he? Because if you win the tournament, you don't just get £1 million. If you get a 9-darter or a couple of them, you could actually get more than 1.1 million.
99.
Because it's not £60,000 just for the first person to get one. Everybody who gets one gets 60 grand.
Yeah, that's the case. And one lucky fan in here will get the 6. I was hoping last night while I was in there, I was going to be the one that won
would have
the
been
60.
so milky of you.
Yeah.
Oh, well, never mind. Maybe next time.
Yeah. I would have had a dilemma, though, that a friend gave me the ticket. Yeah, you would have had to split it, wouldn't you? Yeah, you would have had to split it. 1 for him, 59 for me. Would
have been really funny if it was Ray Parler yesterday. That would have been drinks
here,
all around that one.
Yeah. Did he have a parlour party after? I didn't see. I've not seen. Have you not seen that?
I haven't.
Oh, I'll show you later.
97.
Very funny. 56 for Hurrell for a level game in the opening set of the match. 16 for tops. No,
16.
so Van Duijvenbode gets a look here at 152.
Couple of options here. He could go all 19s for 152, or potentially, if he's feeling good on the 60, he can go for it twice till he double 16. What's he going to get with a 1-0 lead in set 1? Just a little bit low on the first dart and the second.
94.
Nice switch to the 18s. To leave 58, but Hurrell on tops. He's going to leave it as much as he can. He's already missed it twice in this leg. Make that 3 times all high. 4 times high. 5 times
20.
Missed. He's missed tops 5 times
58.
already, and it's only leg 2. And Dirk could make him pay for all of those misses.
18 for tops, hit it with 1 dart in the last leg, underneath it by quite a way. Double 10 for Dirk and 2-0, and he's passed up 2 opportunities to win the second leg of the match. So Hurrell, a very relieved man as he looks up at double 10 for a 1-1.
We said earlier you need a plan B. This is plan B for Hurrell, double 10. Good 1.5 centimetre right of target. Not much closer with dart 2. He's displeased right now. He's got to figure this out. Dirk's on the same number. But thankfully for Hillbilly Hurrell, he does find it eventually, and it's 1-1 in the first set.
Yeah, it's a hold, but a pretty messy one, and Dirk will be disappointed that he didn't break there.
44.
But it's 1-1, early days, and only 44 for Dirk. And I'm not doing James Hurrell down, but this type of game suits Hurrell more than it suits Dirk.
100%. James doesn't mind a bit of a grind. He's from Gloucestershire.
81.
He's a former England captain in the WDF. You don't get that honour if you can't play and lead. Think about the other England captains he was
81.
coming out of the shadow of. Scott Mitchell, Martin Adams, John Lowe, Tony O'Shea. These are some of the greats of the game. Greats of the English game as well. He had that honour. And he carried it brilliantly.
60.
But they do have something in common, these two. They've both set a personal best this year, average-wise. Dirk, however, did it on a stage in Hildesheim, 117.74.
Outstanding, absolutely outstanding. What's Hurrell by comparison?
110.57, but that was on the floor. And that is different.
41.
Yeah, it is. But it also shows he has got the ability.
Correct.
Albeit in an enclosed environment.
Yeah, James's best stage game this year with a win, 99.18.
57.
I'll give him a chance today, but he's going to have to up it from here, isn't he?
Yeah, just a little bit. He's probably 2/3 of the way there right now with his numbers.
Yeah. It's that low, you probably won't see it on the TV for a while. Oh, this will help. This will help.
139.
Well, James Hurrell wins the award at this tournament for the darts that look most like a wasp. Black, yellow, and a bit of tungsten natural colour. I don't see anybody else having darts with black and yellow and looking that much like a wasp.
127.
No. 52 for Dirk. Hurrell on 180. Can't go out here. He'd want a 140 to just ask the question of Dirk. It's single 1. That's not great.
What do you think he's going to do this time with 52? Because when he had 55, he went 15 for tops.
52.
I think he's going to avoid tops this time.
Yeah, 20 for double 16 for Dirk.
Game shown the third
Nicely
leg.
done. Leads 2-1. Needs one more leg for the opening set of the
match.
match. 3 sets to win the tie and set up either Stephen Bunting or Nitin Kumar in the last 32. Again, refer back to that chat we've had with Ryan Searle. He too was commenting on his part of the draw that is wide open. They're in with Dirk and James Hurrell, Stephen Bunting and Nitin Kumar. Well, Searle and Johnny Clayton already through in that particular bit of the draw.
Yeah, indeed.
140.
And I got the distinct feeling that Ryan Searle knows exactly who he wants to play in the next round. I'm not going to spoil it for you, everyone.
Come on, tell us.
He wants Schindler. He wants Martin Schindler because of what happened in Switzerland last year. And that's what Hurrell wants. He's got the 2 maximums in this game so far against one of the best maximum hitters of this decade. Like Mace mentioned earlier,
98.
he's got more than double the maximums this season of Hurrell. So this is quite surprising in the early echelons of this one, that Hurrell's getting the maxes and Dirk isn't.
Yep, it is. But Dirk's 50% on the double in. And Hurrell is nowhere near that level, but he's going to get a chance at 1-4-1 for a level first set. And again, if you're on against the throw, if you can get it to a decider, then you're more than in the match.
Dirk has got 170 for the set if Hurrell misses 1-4-1, which he has now. First start is too high on the treble 20, then he's too low. Has to switch, 91. And it's a lovely one. 17s are plenty.
170.
51 hit to leave 50. Dirk has a chance to win the set on a 170. Might. Dart 1, good. Dart 2, good. Doesn't get a 170. Could have been a 170 for Dirk for the second time in the tournament.
Yeah, I think we'd have been seeing the shoulders pumping again there. 50 for Hurrell. 10 hit tops, not been good here, opening couple of legs, and he's missed again. A better miss though, 2 10s, but this is massive. This is to take it to 2-all. And Hurrell misses the target, so Dirk's in again.
He is. And I'll be really surprised if he doesn't go 9-16, because he hit double 16 so easily the last time he had it. Shrugs his shoulders. Looks comfortable. That central single 9 is brilliant. Double 16. And just like that, Dirk, as we go into our first break.
Yeah, if you love your darts, whether it's league night, the local, or dreaming of a walk-on anthem, you'll know the right gear makes all the difference. Target Darts are the brand behind Luke Littler's rise. They've been with him from the start, crafting the innovative, high-quality darts that he now uses on the sport's biggest stages. And now Target have taken the home setup to another level with the Omni auto scoring system. Instant, accurate scoring and a slick, modern way to sharpen your game. So if you want the same equipment trusted by the most electrifying young talent in world darts, visit targetdarts.com and get on target.
It needs to be magic. It needs to be magic. It is magic. 180. Luke Littler, get on target.
The PDC World Darts Championship seen a couple of straightforward wins earlier on for Ryan Searle. The number 20 seed beat Brendan Dolan by 3-0, and then had put my teeth back in. Andreas Harrison, he won by 3-0 over Motumi Sakai. So the Swede through to the third round for the first time. Duijvenbode also chasing a spot in round 3. He leads James Hurrell by 1-0. Still to come, Dave Chisnell. Conqueror of Fallon Sherrick takes on Ricardo Pietreczko. That'll be the final game of this afternoon's session. Mark Wilson and Paul Nicholson with you, and Dirk doing a pretty solid job in the opening set of the match. 10 minutes hockey time, and he wins it by 3-1.
You look at that set and you think he hasn't played that well. He hasn't had a maximum. He's only had 2 treble visits, but he's still averaged 90 and had 50% on doubles. This is encouraging from Dirk. Sometimes you look at a match based on numbers alone and you think, yeah, it looks good. But I think without being spectacular in any way, this is encouraging for Van Duijvenbode. Some of our colleagues within the industry believe that Dirk Van Duijvenbode is building up to something once again. That injury that he got 2 years ago, it really stopped what was going to be a monstrous charge towards a major championship victory. He started winning floor tournaments. He'd won 3 in a season, and then he got injured doing a silly celebration at a European Tour event, and he's only just starting to recover now. The fact that he's set a personal best average in the last couple of months tells you where he's going. And if a 90 average is a bad set, Hurrell's in trouble, because against Barton's in the previous round, he really did get better as the game went on.
Yeah, he's back somewhere near where he was, and he's back contending again. Can he do it here at the World Championship? He'll certainly think he will. He's a guy that's full of, well, absolute self-belief, and why wouldn't he? He's one of the better players in the world. Just looking at this quarter 2 of the draw then, we know that Ryan Searle, Johnny Clayton, Andreas Harrison, they're already through to round 3, so it'll be Bunting or Kumar against Dirk Van Duijvenbode or James Hurrell. Martin Schindler or Keane Barry will take on Ryan Searle. Johnny Clayton will take on the winner of Michael Smith and Neil Zonneveld who meet tonight. And Andreas Harrison will meet the winner of Dave Chisnell and Ricardo Pietraszko meet tonight. It is wide open. You cannot say, you can't really rule any of them out as realistic challenges.
Yeah, someone's going to make a lot of money. You look at someone like Michael Smith, who's banked the 500,000 before. I mean, even for him at this stage of his career, it could change his career for the better, because he's been slipping down the rankings like he's going down a helter-skelter. But Hurrell, this is a very good start to set number 2.
140.
This is where the game kicks in. It has to, really.
Yeah, you mentioned that Smith fall, more like one of those death slides where you just go straight off the end and down.
You won't see me on one of those.
No,
I'd rather be
maybe
here.
back in the day, Paul, back in the day. But Smith, he's another one who's on the way back. Had a couple of good tournaments recently, and he'll fancy it tonight. You'll hear that live on the talkSPORT app and on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe. All the videos are up. I'm sure Andreas Harrison will be up there talking to Chris Murphy very shortly indeed.
And if Dirk wins this game, we will get a word with Dirk, and that is something you don't want to miss, ever. This guy is the modern day Vincent van der Voort. He just says whatever's on his mind.
Yeah,
96.
I'm rather daunted by the prospect of speaking to Dirk. I've never seen him be anything other than menacing looking.
Oh, every now and again you get a really good one from him. He's in a good mood, and he just wants to talk about nice, shiny, bright things. But if you try to get a word out of him right now, good luck with that. He's in game mode,
79.
and when he's locked in, you could put a megaphone in his ear and he still wouldn't hear it. He's on 224, Hurrell's on 167. Better off in this first leg of the second set.
Yeah, much better for Hurrell.
102.
Nice use of the ball, leaves him on 65 after 12 darts. So a possible 14 darter on the way, and Dirk is, no, he is looking a little bit
21.
menacing as he hits 21 with 3 darts.
65.
Yeah, that wasn't very good at all. Nowhere near the 20 with anything. Oh, that's a bullseye for Hurrell on 65. He's going for double 6 with his last dart.
53.
On the bright side, he's coming back. And the second bright side is he didn't split double 6 because he didn't want to come back on double 3. Dirk feels like the leg is over. Troubleless visit. Let's find out if it is over.
Yeah, double 6, take 2 to lead in the second set, and Hurrell takes out the double 6 with a minimum of fuss. He leads set 2 by a leg to 0, but Dirk leads 1 set to 0. We're basically exactly where we should be at this juncture. Van Duijvenbode won the opening set on his throw, and Hurrell leads off with the opening leg, and then Van Duijvenbode, no real reaction from the crowd, but he is a perfect start to the leg.
Yeah, they expect to hear 180, and then they get a bit excited about the potential 9-darter. Well, it can still be done from 327. It doesn't have to be 3-2-1. Another treble 20. And another. Crowd engaged. Now, where does he want to go with darts 6? Downstairs.
137.
He was trying to leave 156 with 3 darts to get the 9, and that was clever because then he could go for the same treble twice. That's how Dirk thinks. He is artificial intelligence. He's that good.
140.
Looks to have a lot of room in the 60 bed. I get why he didn't go that way, but it looked the easier shot.
Yeah, he didn't want darts on the floor. He's very susceptible to that sometimes, and he has got a bit of a memory of busting a 180 on this stage back on debut against Barney in 2016. He doesn't want to go down that route ever again.
That is an exclusive club that nobody wants to be in. But the problem is, once you're in it, you can't get out of it.
180.
Who thought this was going to happen? 4-0 on the maximums to Hurrell. 126 for Dirk, though. Small 19, good guide for the treble. Trying to create the angle. Doesn't get the treble. But does get the treble 16 thereafter to lead tops. This set is going the way of James Hurrell. But what went wrong in set 1 is he couldn't hit tops. If he hits it here, he'd be 2-0 up.
Yeah, now that's a blocker, and he's had to move a significant way over to his left. Tops he needs. That's over the top. That could be used potentially. Where he doesn't use it, it's a clean kill from Hurrell, and it's the first break of throw for Hurrell, who leads in the second set by 2 legs to 0.
This is already a better performance from James than what we saw from him against Michael van Gerwen at this stage last year. I just get the feeling that that occasion got to Hurrell, even with all of his experience. Playing MVG here in a prime-time game, it can be too much for people who've done lots in the sport already. I think he's more comfortable because he's got maximum number 5. It's his turn to go for a 9, and he's got the bit between his teeth as the hillbilly.
That's his third in this set. Dirk, what's he got in response?
69.
Not a lot, 69. So Hurrell now. There's the attention of the crowd here. And that's because they're looking for perfection. Well, they got 4 darts in. But Hurrell just wants to get this match levelled up as soon as he can.
Yes, he does. Dirk's record in the last 64, the last couple of years, is not good. He's lost to Matas Razma 3-1 and to Boris Krutchmer 2 years ago. That was the game where Boris had a little bit of a weep on the stage because he was so proud of making the last 32. In fact, you have to go back to 2023 for the last time that Dirk made the last 32, when he beat Karel Sedlacek. How many maximums is Hurrell going to get? The most we've seen in a match in this tournament is 9. That came from Dudney, Suter, Bunting and Menzies. 41 after 9 here, and it is for the set.
It is for 2-0. Well, he's hitting the treble, and now he's hitting the double. Set average 115.62 for the hillbilly, and a very sporting bump for the fist from Dirk van Duijvenbode.
It needs to be magic. It needs to be magic. It is magic. 180. Luke Linkler, get on target.
ADC World Darts Championship, and a busy day as well. Dirk van Duijvenbode, James Hurrell locked at 1-1, but James Hurrell probably just put in one of the best set performances of his life. Averages 115.62, drags his average up to 88. Dirk 90. Didn't get a shot at a double, Dirk van Duijvenbode, in that second set, as he was hit by the hillbilly with 4 maximums, taking his tally to 6 for the match. And crucially for him, much better on the doubling in that set. 3 from 5 he was. Did get tops as well. That'll just calm him down a little bit. The hillbilly was struggling on his doubling in that opening set, but he's put that right. Mark Wilson and Paul Nicholson with you for the remainder of this one, and it could go either way. And This is the Hurrell we were expecting, the one that's going to be in there, digging you out, trying to find any weaknesses. Well, Hurrell has come out and played an outstanding leg of dart. If he can keep that level going, then he becomes the favourite. 100%.
Tops worked. Scoring was absolutely extraordinary at times. And when you're finishing a set off with an 11 darter, you've got to give him a big chance of winning this game now. He's taken a break off the stage. Dirk has stayed up there to try and figure out how to stop the hillbilly in set number 3. I don't think we should read too much into the fact that there was a gap of 40 points from set 1 to set 2 in the averages for Hurrell. It just feels like slow start, has figured it out. What he's done in set 2 is borderline unsustainable based on the numbers that we have from this tournament's history. But he's got a lot more of a chip of nature now, and he's definitely making Dirk think this could go the distance, because I expect Dirk to hit back now. This is where his energy's got to go up.
Yeah, he looked a little bit forlorn in a couple of those legs, didn't he? He was a little bit off the pace, but well played to Hurrell. 1-1 here already through Andreas Harrison, 3-0. He's through to the last 32, the Swede, and also through Ryan Searle, 3-0 winner. He says he's got some celebrations planned for certain finishes. You can hear his interview with us on talkSPORT 2 on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. Didn't think we'd get to that stage. Different celebrations for different finishes. Yeah. What's going on?
Everybody's got their own thing going on in this tournament. I think Sakai's got a lot to answer for, and well, everybody wants to get involved with the crowd. But isn't it weird that during the game said that Ryan Searle was playing so well he could be home for tea? When he left us, he said, "Oh, I might be home by 6 o'clock." I think he was dreaming of having a curry or maybe a pizza tonight, and you know what? We'll celebrate for a couple of days, have a nice Christmas, and come back and make some more money.
Yeah, he said he was so happy with himself. Brilliant, I'll be home by 6. He's looking for, he might be listening to us on the way home. If he is, a good afternoon to all the Searle family. They've had a good day out at the Ali Pali. Minimum of fuss, and Dad's done a good job. Safely through to the third round again. Right, Dirk with a throw, start of set 3, 1-1. Stephen Bunting or Nitin Kumar, wait, they play tonight. I think it's... Well, there is the first max from Van Duijvenbode. Interesting how the crowd go tonight, because Bunting, who said he thinks he's the people's champion, well, I think Nitin Kumar's the people's champion tonight.
Oh, I don't know about that. Someone who is a self-proclaimed people's champion, I don't know about that. Let the crowd decide. Let's put it to a vote.
Who are you voting for?
Kumar. Yeah, sorry, Stephen.
Thought you might.
Just for the day. He might be getting it back after Christmas.
He listens to talkSPORT, you know, Bunting.
Oh, no.
Well, we'll know tonight when he turns up.
Yeah, he's going to have to turn it up tonight, because he's going to have to go against portions of the crowd who will definitely want the Royal Bengal to have another history-making night. It's going to be a fascinating contest.
It is. Can Nitin dig deep again? Can Hurrell dig deep here? 1, 2, 3, Van Duijvenbode. Here we go again.
180.
My word, he's maxed well. He's done great to get to 81 there after 9, but Dirk's on a 1, 2, 3, treble 19, treble 16, double 9.
105.
So close on the outside wire.
81.
Hurrell put him under that much pressure. He had to hit it.
Yeah, that's his first start at a double in 4 legs. Single 19, that leaves 12s. Safe, really safe 12, leaves a bull. But he can't
36.
find it. Gives it a thumbs up as if to say, what on earth was that?
No professional player likes to miss the bull or 25 when going for 50. What about Dirk on 9s? He's got 1 left. They're both outside.
No score.
Make that 3. That is
45.
painful for him to see as he retreats and can only watch as Hurrell goes for 5 and Tops for a 1-0 lead in set 3.
Tops is becoming his friend. James Hurrell has just made it 4 legs on the spin here, and he is really now starting to dig in on Dirk, who misses multiple darts in that leg, 4 of them, and finds his throw broken for the 2nd successive time. Hurrell is starting to hit tops. You said he needed to finish well to win this match. He missed his opening 7 at a double, but he's barely missed since then.
Well, that's the thing about James's game. He simplifies it so much, a bit like James Wade,
42.
where he's all about scoring as heavily as possible and leaving tops all the time. His game plan is leave tops. His plan B is leave tops. He doesn't like many other doubles. He just doesn't get bored of hitting double 20. He just wants it all the time. If it works and he gets enough chances, he wins a lot of matches.
Yeah, Dirk though starts well in this leg, and Hurrell, having broken, is in danger here of losing the darts after just a couple of visits in the leg. No big treble again. He's still above 400. Van Duijvenbode's on 367, and he's at the hockey now, and he's in the red bit now. Oh, look at this.
140.
I've just had a glance through Hurrell's career in the World Championships he's played in, both here and at Lakeside, and he's never
40.
averaged over 90. That is a remarkable number. He's not averaging 90 at the minute, but it feels like he is.
180.
Dirk is. He's on 95 and he's behind. He's on 47 after 9, though. This is a good riposte from the big Dutchman.
Yeah, this is a way to level up the match. One set apiece. Dirk needs 47 for 1-1 in the third set. 15 for double 16. He's been pretty good down here. Just inside, double 8, knows he'll be back. He doesn't want to come back for double 8. He hits it, and it's 1-1. And Dirk once again is looking stern as he marches to the end of the stage.
Yeah, he won that leg by a mile.
Game on.
And I'm sure he enjoyed that as well, because he made sure that Hurrell was nowhere near a finish, never mind a double. And he has the power to do that. When he plays well on the inner ring, the trebles, he can close you out and make you feel very ordinary. 3-6-7 after a really good start here with a 1-3-4. This is a competitive set.
Hurrell hits the treble 20, then seemed to pause, then whacks one straight alongside it. Well, that might have been the slowest 180 of the year, but Hurrell will claim it anyway. It's his 8th in 9 legs.
If you'd have said to me that we were going to have double-digit maxes in this game, in the middle of the third set, I would have said to you, Dirk's on it then. Quite contrary to that, James is the one who's finding the treble with more regularity, and that little yelp from James is one of frustration, because he believes he's letting Dirk back into this leg with that trebleless visit.
Yeah, but Dirk is, who needed a response, has found one, having been broken at the start of this set. He's now averaging over 112, 2.5 legs deep. He's on 1-3-4, but Hurrell's coming after him. That's a bit of an unfortunate deflection, but 1-2-1 to leave 140.
Where does Dirk go on 1-3-4? Looking like 18s. Small 18 is not good enough to keep the shot alive. Treble 20 followed by 16 is good. That leaves tops. Hurrell shouldn't really need tops on 140. First dart is left into the treble 5, so the shot is off. Cleans up well with a 25. Needs 60 now to lead tops.
100.
That's what he gets. They're both on the same number in the leg, same number of sets, same number of legs. Can't split them. Tops for Dirk.
Way below, 2-10s, another key moment in the match.
20.
Dirk misses again. He can barely look, can barely contain his disappointment. Well, the setup shot, after a poor first start from Hurrell, the rest of that visit was good, and he's now coming back for tops and the lead and another break.
Your responsibility is to leave the double of choice. Even if you can't get it at that visit, leave yourself a chance in case a mistake is made. And Hurrell again with a photo-worthy double top. My word, that was very close to the middle. He wouldn't have cared if it was in the corner. It's 2-1 to Hurrell in set number 3. If he beats Dirk today, it will be seen as an upset.
Oh, I think it will. I think it will. And this is the problem that Dirk has got, is that As much as we expect him to win games like these, we're not surprised when he loses games like these because he is inconsistent. Yes, the levels are getting better, but maybe not with the consistency he would like. We saw him
98.
make a European Tour final late in the season. He was well beaten by Nathan Aspinall in that one. But he's a frustrating character at times. But as we said, Hurrell needed to play well, and barring the opening couple of legs of the game, he's played really well.
He has. And in this set, he's averaging about 94, which is somewhere in the middle of set 1 and set 2. So he's finding a level.
26.
Ironically, averaging about as close to exactly 90 as you can get. Might be good enough to take a 2-1 lead. There's no more breaks, remember. You get a break after set 1 and 2, and then after that, you go to the end. Hurrell cuts his score in half. He's on 140 to win the set. Dirk is way back.
Dirk's getting redder in the face at every
100. James
visit.
140.
140 for the set and a 2-1 lead. He was a set to 0 down, remember, the Hillbilly. Left this in the last leg. Took it out in 4. Not going to go in 3 this time either. Single above and below. Can he fire in the last dart treble to leave tops again? No.
60.
So 80 remaining, but Dirk's a mile away. He's not even guaranteed to be on a finish.
He needs a max really to put any pressure on. He's only got 2 and he's not going to get another. Small 20 then. The dart was below the 57 down south and above
80.
the treble 18. Not a good range there for Dirk. This is good range for Hurrell though. Ooh, big 5. What does he do from 75? Treble 17 is what? Gets it. Double 12 and a 2-1 lead for Hillbilly Hurrell. What is he up to this afternoon?
It's James to throw first.
Shaking the Palace to its foundations, and the man from Gloucestershire is having a very good day so far. Indeed, the southwest of England is having a very good afternoon so far. Searle is through, and Gloucestershire's best player, arguably ever, is now 2-1 up against the 29th seed.
He is.
58.
There was no sporting fist bump off Dirk at the end of that set. More a raise of the eyebrows as if to say, that's how it's going to be, is it? Dirk's on a little bit of a wobble at the minute, but Hurrell only 58 is punished by Dirk. I think Dirk just needs to get a leg on the board quickly here just to settle himself back down.
Yeah, absolutely, and no time like the present. He's had some great games on this stage, but nothing better than that game he had with Ross Smith.
100.
That was back in 2023. They had 7 sets and they had 31 180s. That was a record for a 7-set match
96.
at this place. He's been thoroughly outgunned in that statistic in this match, but he's going to have to find something soon because time is running out. Dirk on 270. Hurrell 3-4-3. Can't leave a finish, but can take a big chunk out of it.
81.
Does okay, but he's lost the darts here. You're live on the talkSPORT app and the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. Dirk on the comeback, having lost the last 2 sets, takes out 1-3-4 to leave 1-3-6.
That was courageous. 80 scored with 270 left. He didn't stay straight. He went for the treble 18. He got it to leave 1-3-6. If he got a single, he wasn't on a finish.
58.
Yeah. Well, he's got 6 darts at this, but he want to take this out here and now, Dirk. Not had a ton plus out yet in this match. Are we going to get one here from the Aubergenius, who just resets on the hockey? Bends the wire, but not in it. Oh, and again. Oh, now that last dart is not good. 41 scored, 95 left, and Dirk getting angrier and angrier at the moment.
Yeah, he is not a happy bunny right now, but I like what Hurrell's just done. He saw that bad dart, and he decided to go back to the table, take a sip of water, and make Dirk stew. He's stirring in the middle of the stage, puffing his chest out, just trying to gain some sort of inner confidence ahead of a shot at 95, which he might have to take with Hurrell now at 104.
Yeah. Treble 19 for double 19. Is that the way he's thinking? You bet it is. Double 19 for Dirk. Devastating bit of finishing. Effortless.
After the terrible visit to leave 95, He made that two-darter look like shelling peas.
Game on.
Yes, you're absolutely right, Mark. He is inconsistent, but it's one of the things we love about him because we've got no idea what he's about to do.
140.
But that's a good start. He broke the throw of Hurrell at the start of set 4. Starts with a 140. This is where he's got to kick in, like he did against Barton's. It's got to be good from now on. That is maximum number 9 for Hurrell, equalising the best from this tournament in maxes in a single game. If he gets one more, he'll be the first person to get 10 in a match in this tournament.
Yeah, it's been an outrageous burst. He has gone a couple of legs, 3 legs in
96.
fact, without a max. Bit of a drought by his standards this afternoon. That's 4 perfect darts. Can't get a 5th. Must feel it's close the way he's thrown at the minute.
Remember when Christian Kist got one last year and he bagged the 60,000? That was a great story. If you know Christian's story, riddled with arthritis and pains throughout his career, even when he was winning
93.
the 2012 Lakeside. That was a big paycheck for Christian. And then Damon Heta got one, which meant he could go out and buy his precious watch. If Hurrell were to get a 9, it would be the biggest paycheck of his career by some distance.
It would.
60.
And that's how valuable that 9 is now. You know, like you said, it's a whopping paycheck for 1 leg of darts, albeit a perfect one. Right, Dirk on 172 hits 135 to leave 37.
161.
161 Hurrell to break back here.
Oh, this would be something. We haven't had a ton plus checkout yet, just like Mark said. That has to wait. Small 20 for James. Another good switch to the treble 17. Went for the bull,
82.
pulled it left into the single 11.
37.
That wasn't a great dart to leave 79. Dirk purposefully left 37. Let's see what he can do with it. Double 16. Misses it just on the inside wire. So double 8 for 2-0. Right in the bottom corner. He's turning this around. It's 2-0 in the 4th. Set 5 feels inevitable.
Well, he's doing what he did against Andy Barton's, and that's looking to come back from 2-1 down. He's 2-0 up in the 4th set, trails 2 sets to 1. Hurrell with the throw, start of leg 3.
Just looking at the referee at the start of this 3rd leg, he pointed to Hurrell as if to say, it's your throw.
43.
I think James is constantly asking if it's his throw. That tells me that he's not 100% comfortable in this game with the rhythms. Sometimes you know when it's your throw, but sometimes you have got no
57.
idea. You're in such a focused bubble that you don't know who throws first. That's what the referee's for. You're allowed to ask if it's your dart. Even when they say it's James to throw first, you might not even hear it in here because it's such a white noise that's buzzing around the place.
Yeah, well, Hurrell down to 380 after 2 visits. Dirk, who opened up with a 57, is still looking for a big treble at the start of this 3rd leg, and he doesn't
58.
find one. So no damage done to either player at the moment. It's 2-0 in this 4th set. 2-1 Hurrell leads. You're live on the talkSPORT app and on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe. We would appreciate that. And remember, every winner from this tournament will be on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel, giving us their thoughts after their win.
The averages in this game have never been tighter. Dirk 93. Hurrell has plateaued at 90. He has never
85.
averaged 90 or more in a World Championship match. No time like the present. 90 might be good enough based on the way this game has been at times. He's got 240 as James. He's had to shift to the left on the hockey to try and open up the treble 20, and he's done a bang-up job there. What a 140 that was to leave a ton.
Yeah, and if he can hold here, and if he were to break in the next leg, then he'd be throwing for the match.
93. James, you require 100.
Hurrell, just his 2nd visit to Ali Pally. 80 points left. Treble 20. Oh no, he's gone tops. He's hit it once, but can't hit it a 2nd time. Well, Dirk wasn't on a finish, but such is his confidence on tops, Nico. He went for it and he hit it one of the 2 he needed.
A lot of us think that James Hurrell is an old-school player.
52.
That has just disproved it.
20.
Because that's the kind of thing the kids do. We're not talking about the 6-7 dance. We're talking about double 10 to stay in the set.
James Hurrell.
And that's exactly what he gets. 2-1 down is Hurrell, 2-1 up in sets. If he wins the next 2 legs, he wins the match and goes to the last 32 of this championship for the first time.
Yeah, and that will be another thing to tick off his list. Semi-finalist on the Pro Tour this year. Dirk takes a big slug of his water. He's feeling the heat at the Palace.
100.
And this fella is just keeping at him.
The days off aspect that we touched on with Searle and Dolan, it's not necessarily a big topic here because they had a very similar amount of time off. Dirk had 4 days, Hurrell had 5. But we questioned, and we don't know whether Dirk went home in between or whether he stuck around and just stayed in a World Championship bubble. He's got 270.
135.
Now Hurrell has got 266. Game on in leg 4 of set 4. Dirk has got to get moving.
Certainly does. Hurrell is putting the squeeze on him, the Ober genius. And those are 2 very well thrown treble 20 darts with his last 2 in hand, and that gets him down to 130. He needed that visit.
That's the kind of 140 that Hurrell found in the last 90 seconds, where you shift left, open up the bed and get the 2 trebles. Could be valuable. Now that Hurrell's got a 137 to leave 129, he's a point better off, but Dirk has got 130 to win set 4. This is where the explosive nature of Dirk could kick in. Imagine if he hits the bull to win the set.
Imagine. Not going to happen this time if he does.
94.
Nice last start treble, leaves him on double 18. Hurrell for a level set. He leads 2 sets to 1. This is to move within a leg of the match. 129. Got to go treble 19 because the single leaves the shot on. Clips the wire. Treble 20 bull. Hurrell, a shot to level up the set. Now, he's not been great on the bull in this match. He's missed it a couple of times, way off target. This is the perfect time to hit the bull for the 129. And he's just a couple of millimeters off target.
That was his best effort as well. Fortunately for Dirk, he's left double 18, one of his go-to doubles, to win the set. Not comfortable. Steps back, shrugs the shoulders. He's very comfortable now. Big sigh of relief for Big Dirk. Final set decider in match number 3 this afternoon. This one is getting very interesting. We love this England versus Netherlands rivalry. This is just another installment. There was never going to be a consistent rhythm in this game, but what we have got is a final set.
We have 8-7 in legs to Hurrell, who had a dart to be throwing for the match, and all of a sudden now he's a million miles away from the match again, and Dirk's in the red bit again. 140. Remember, if we get to 2-2, we go to a tie-break situation where you must win by 2 clear legs, so could be a lot of meat left on this bone just right now.
Absolutely. Grab that
80.
big shank and take a big wet bite. Henry VIII style. Get into that 60 and stay there. And whatever you've got left in this game, just leave it out there. Because if you can win, you'll have plenty of time to recover ahead of round 3. Get into post-Christmas. Anything could happen then.
Yeah. Hurrell
100.
just becoming a little bit slower than he was earlier on. I don't know if that's on purpose or he's just trying to give every dart the respect that he feels it deserves.
He might be playing at the minute, Hurrell, a bit like Scott Mitchell does, where every stride on the stage is measured. It's a way of staying present. He hasn't got that 10th max yet. He's not going to get it here. But he is going to get a wonderful 140 with those wasp-looking darts to leave 181. He is 24 ahead. For how long?
There's pressure here for Dirk. He's on throw, remember, here. Only 58. Leaves him on 147. Hurrell on 181. He's got the chance to put a big hole in this. Single 20 just moves along the hockey. That dart right in the right bottom corner. Can't get through. He's going to have to come for cover. He hits the bull this time. That might just be a warm-up for what's to come.
Yeah, that's a great cover from James. A lot of sense in going to the bullseye instead of going for the 19s or 18s. 147 for Dirk. First leg of the 5th set. Big 19 is not a good enough start. Small 20, then an 18. He's done that plenty of times in this game. No joy. He leaves 90. Hurrell's on 91 after the bullseye approach. What does he want to do? Defensive. He gets a 25. He checks with Charlie, the referee. He informs James that he's got 66 left. That is a good enough single 16. And now he's going to try and bend it like Hurrell around the first dart for a 1-0 lead on the bull.
66.
For the second consecutive leg, he misses the bull and hits the 25. If Dirk finds the bull on 90 at the start or the end, he will lead this match.
Well. He's gone singles. Now at the double 18. Needs another double 18. He 72. Doesn't find it. Paul Nicholson raised his eyebrows at that opening dart. 25. Was it aggressive? Was it dangerous? What was it?
It was almost over-genius because he missed the second double 18. That's a very Michael van Gerwen thing to do. Double 8 is not a James Hurrell type of thing to do. But Dirk expects him to hit double 8. Will he? He's missed it to the left. It's not the ideal marker either. Has he got an angle?
17.
Turns out he might have, but he wasn't able to use it. Dirk on 18 has options. He didn't like double 9 earlier in the match. He missed it loads of times, just like that one. And he's missed it inside this time with a dart to spare, and he might pay for that mistake.
Well, he furiously wipes the saliva and sweat from his face. Again, he drinks down the water. But Hurrell's looking at 2-4s for the lead in the deciding set. And James Hurrell wipes off the disappointment of 3 missed starts. Walks up, taps the double 4 as if to say, thank you very much, I needed that. And now he's throwing for a 2-0 lead. But everything he's doing now is getting slower and slower. And Dirk is getting redder and redder. And you can almost see there's a game within a game here now.
Definitely. This is not against the rules. This is James Hurrell playing the game. We had a game here a few years ago between Mensur Suljovic and Gary Anderson, and Gary was very honest. He said Mensur was just playing games up there. Now, I don't think that James is trying to put Dirk off. I think he's trying to control the stage. This is something he hasn't been able to do in his career much. He's not been known as a big stage player, but maybe he's figured something out. But he did something at the back end of the last leg that you're not supposed to do, you know. You're not supposed to jab the board.
Yeah.
It's interfering with the playing surface after the leg is finished. Referees don't mind it happening once, but if it happens repeatedly, there will be a word.
Yeah, there was a bit of relief in it. The pressure was building now. Good response from Dirk, 265 Hurrell. And Duijvenbode, 2 treble 19s, just nudges him in front. 27 points in front. Hurrell leads 1-0 deciding set with a break of throw. If he holds here, he'll be 1 leg away from the match again. And he's going to be, if he hits, he's hit 2 treble 19s to leave 1-3-2. What a way to go out that would be.
There's an argument for this being the biggest game of James Hurrell's career now that he's in this position. He's going to go bull first on 1-3-2. 25 would leave 107, but he gets the bull. Does he stay? He does. It's another bull. Double 16. Champagne for James Hurrell. But keep it on ice, everyone, because he hasn't won yet. But he is 2-0 up in the last set. That was as pure a 1-3-2 as you will ever witness. 2 bulls, and the double 16 was in the middle. Well, Dirk, have you left it too late?
Well, he comes out with a max. He's got to win the next 2 legs to stay in this tussle. Hurrell, what can he do? The adrenaline will be flowing through his body. He's in the red bit. Oh, and again, so much room for a 10th maximum. First player in the tournament to reach that. And it's James Hurrell. And don't you kid me, nobody had Hurrell on that list of 10.
No, they did not.
58.
Best performance he's ever put in a World Championship match, both here and Lakeside. Imagine if he would have finished with a 9-darter. Forget about imagine, it's not going to happen. But after the 180 start, he's got to get a treble here, and he does. Treble 19.
Well, he does, and Dirk didn't. So it is an interesting little passage of play here. Dirk on the back foot finds treble 19. 77 scored from 263. Couldn't find the treble 16, but he does leave himself on a finish, and that's what he needs. 170 to stay alive. Hit it against Bartons.
Yeah, to stay in the tournament. Small ask. But now he doesn't need to find it. Hurrell on 180 after 9. Dirk, first start, low of the 60. Then a big 3, that's not good.
80.
Last start, 57, saves it a little bit. There's Hurrell back at the table, taking a sip, taking his time. He will now put pressure on the 90 that Dirk has got left, who is teetering on the edge here.
How low can he go? You're live on the talkSPORT app and talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. Can he lob one over the top of that block? Oh, he can. That was like a lob from 30 yards. It's gone in off the bottom end of the crossbar.
100.
Ton to leave 80. Dirk, these could be his last 3 darts. He has to hit 90 or he's gone.
Don't give him a match start, Dirk. And on 90, he's gone 18s again. 2 doubles needed. He's got the first one again.
72.
And for the second time in this game, he does not get the second double 18. James Hurrell is on the cusp of his biggest ever payday in darts. If he takes 80 out, this will be the best performance of his career.
He's hit the treble 20. He's got 2 match darts. Dirk can barely watch. Will it be happy Hurrell and devastated Dirk? 2 10s for the match and a famous win for Hurrell. That has got to be a good marker. Dirk waits and hopes. Hurrell has missed 2 match starts in and out of the double 10, and Dirk is back for 18.
I implore you, Dirk, split 18, double 9, and you do not get along. He's missed it. He's gone for the double 9, but he's found it. Maybe that's the thing that will change this final set. Double 9 has been pesky to him all afternoon, and he's finally found it when he needed it. 2 match darts missed by Hurrell. Dirk's got plenty in the tank, but has he got enough time to keep Hurrell at bay? If Hurrell wins this leg, he wins the game. If Dirk wins the leg, we go to a tiebreaker.
What a match. We said it had the feeling of a game that could go all the way, and it is going to do so. Right to the very last set, we're already there. We might be going a bit further than that as well into the tiebreak situation. Only 78 for Hurrell, a ton for Dirk. Now, I thought just composed himself on those last 2 visits. He didn't rush the second double 18. All right, didn't go in, but he didn't rush it. And that second dart of double 9 was perfect.
We're going to find where Dirk is right now
100.
in the next 90 seconds. He's been in 3 European Tour finals. He's lost them all. He should have won the European darts match play in Trier 3 years ago against Humphreys. He missed match darts, but he has not missed that max. And there was an emotional volcano erupting on the stage there when he hit it.
97.
Is he going to take us to a tie-break situation? Actually, that 3rd dart was quite close to being a foul dart.
Yeah, it was. He was 1 leg in the air. He's in again for the max. Oh, he's pumped now, the over genius. He's letting everybody know it on that stage as well.
Well, well, well. What happens next?
100.
Looking for an 11 darter to take us into a tiebreaker. It was Hurrell that had an 11 to win set 2. Double 16. Double 8 with Hurrell on 126. Hurrell's got 126 for the match now. This is a bonus opportunity.
James Jericho 126.
Can he find a treble 19? 1 minimum. And he's got to hit a single to go with it. Oh, he's hit big 7. That is a darting disaster for Hurrell. Hits the single 19, the shot's on. He's missed a big number and hit big 7. And Dirk now there's no waiting that nerves going up as maybe a bull shot was about to come in for the match. As Hurrell, you knew it hit the treble with a second dart, but there's nothing he can do to go out from here.
He's making Dirk wait here.
Well, he is, but Dirk's had from dart one knowing he's coming back, so I think this is a little bit of an easier situation for Dirk.
Exercise your thoughts, Dirk. Double 8 for 2-2 in the final set. Double 4. No! Double 13 hit to bust it, and Hurrell has now got 52 to win it.
52.
This is the biggest single 12 of James Hurrell's life, and the biggest double top thereafter.
He had 2 match starts at tops, he missed them. Hurrell to get through, you hear the roar. It is Happy Hurrell at the Palace. Dirk devastated, busting his score when he had a chance to level up the match. 4 darts he missed to give us a level game and a tiebreaker. And the Hillbilly steps in. He's giving it the big one on stage, flexing those biceps. Biggest payday of his life. Sets up a tie with either Bunting or Kumar. But right now it's the joy for the first time of making it through to some post-Christmas starts at the Palace. He is one fired up Hillbilly, but credit to him. 92.83 the numbers, 10, yes, 10 maximums, 37% on the double, but missed quite a lot of those in the opening set of the match. Thereafter, barring those 2 mismatched darts, he was pretty good, and tops was his friend, and I don't think anyone can argue. Hurrell deserved to win now. That was a really good performance over another Dirk van Duijvenbode display that was good in patches but not good enough consistently enough.
Yeah, there wasn't much in the averages in the end. 92.67 for Dirk, 92.83 for Hurrell, but that's categorically the biggest win of his career. And I always live by this mantra, Mark, that if you want to change your life and you want to have a little slice of the big pie, you've got to do things you've never done before. James Hurrell has never averaged 90 or more in a World Championship match. He has today. He has redemption after losing to Michael van Gerwen in the last 64. This year, he beat a Dutchman in the last 64 to make post-Christmas darts. He is the first person in this tournament to get double-digit maxes in a match. He's doing things he's never done, and he's about to do something after Christmas that he's never experienced. He was the better player, and he wins by 3-2.
He does. He joins Ryan Searle, Andreas Harrison, and now James Hurrell into the last 32 from this afternoon session. Dave Chisnell, Ricardo Pietreczko could well be the game of the day. And it's up next with Chris Murphy and Chris Mason. But the Hillbilly, we'll be speaking to him on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel very shortly indeed. He's through to the last 32 for the first time here at the Alexandra Palace. He's doubling brilliant at the end as Dirk's disastrous double 13 sees him go out of the tournament. Hurrell has won it by 3-2.